Welcome! This presentation covers activities of daily living for transfer. Upon completion of this presentation, viewers should be able to explain the purpose of ADL documentation, define functional tasks associated with transfer, identify the key components of ADL documentation, comprehend key terms for ADL help, and accurately document ADL help for transfer. ADL documentation is vital in accurately developing resident care plans and identifying any changes in resident conditions. ADL documentation is also used to help define staffing levels to support the care plan, as well as determine appropriate payment for staff time, skills, and interventions. ADL documentation should accurately measure the heaviest amount of help a resident receives at any given time in terms of what kind of help is provided, when the help is provided, how often the help is provided, and the level of staff support provided. When documenting ADL help, be sure to document what actually happened, not what you think the resident's potential is, or what you think the resident is capable of, or what you think the resident should be receiving. Remember, physical functioning can and will fluctuate from day to day and/or shift to shift. It's important to capture these fluctuations by documenting what actually happened, so that if needed, care plans can be updated, and to be sure that you get proper credit for your time, skills, and intervention. Transfer includes how a resident moves between surfaces, such as in and out of bed, or in and out of a chair or wheelchair. Transfer also includes how a resident is able to move to and from a sitting or standing position. Transfer does not include movement in and out of a bath or shower, as this is captured under the bathing ADL, or movement on and off a toilet surface. This is captured under the toileting ADL. Remember, a resident may be independent in some areas, but require heavier help in others. If you help out in any one of these areas, take credit for your time, skills, and interventions. There are two key components to ADL documentation. The first key component, self-performance, indicates and measures the type of help provided and how often the help is provided. Remember, type and frequency of help can change from day to day and/or shift to shift. The second key component, staff support, indicates and measures the highest level of staff support provided during your shift. This too can fluctuate from day to day and/or shift to shift. It's extremely important to capture these fluctuations in your ADL documentation, even if they only occur once. Options for type of assist, falling under self-performance, include independent, cueing or supervision, non-weight-bearing assist, also known as limited assist, weight-bearing assist, also referred to as extensive assist, 100% staff performance or total dependent, and activity did not occur. In review, self-performance measures the highest level of help a resident receives, indicating the type of help provided, when the help is provided, and how often the help is provided. Remember, this can fluctuate from day to day, from shift to shift, and even throughout your shift. It's important to document the highest level of help a resident receives during your shift. Independent means the resident completes the ADL task independently, with no staff help or supervision. The ADL is completed, but it requires no staff time, skills, or interventions in any area of the ADL task. Examples of independent include a resident's ability to complete the following task with no staff help or supervision. These tasks include a resident's ability to move to and from a standing or sitting position, or a resident's ability to get into and out of a bed, a chair, or a wheelchair with no staff help. Remember, if you help out even 1%, then independent should not be indicated. A heavier type of help should be indicated, such as non-weight-bearing assist or weight-bearing assist. Cueing and supervision involves no physical contact between resident and staff. Staff use their eyes and/or voice only to observe or cue the resident through ADL tasks. Cueing and supervision includes visual oversight for safety, verbal cues, directions, or reminders, as well as encouragement and praise. There is no physical contact during cueing and supervision help. Examples of cueing and supervision for transfer include verbal reminders to lock a wheelchair before transferring in or out of the chair, or staff cueing a resident to hold on to a chair, cane, or walker for support while moving safely to a standing or sitting position. The rule of thumb for non-weight-bearing assist, also referred to as limited assist, is that staff generally use one hand, an open hand contact. The only help the resident receives while performing the task is just a light touch or a guided maneuvering of the limbs. Examples of non-weight-bearing assist would include staff lightly steadying a resident with one hand while transferring to a standing position, or staff lightly guiding a resident's hips to ensure proper positioning and safety during a transfer to a sitting position. Remember, if staff bear weight even 1%, then non-weight-bearing assist should not be indicated. A heavier type of help should be indicated, such as weight-bearing assist. Weight-bearing assist, also referred to as extensive assist, involves staff performing a portion of the ADL task with or for the resident. These tasks include moving or rolling, holding, supporting, or lifting, and removing or applying, such as with splints, braces, or prostheses. The resident participates in the ADL task at least 1%, but no more than 99%. Examples of weight-bearing assist for transfer would involve staff partially lifting and supporting a resident while moving in or out of a bed or chair, or use of an easy stand to get to or from a standing or sitting position. The resident participates by bearing a portion of the weight themselves. If the resident is unwilling or unable to participate and the entire task is completed by staff, then weight-bearing assist should not be indicated. A heavier type of help should be indicated, such as 100% staff performance.